All right. All right, so y'all know what it is. This is the recap, the weekly recap, where we talk about how we did for the week in our trading or in our training, depending on whether or not you're actually taking trades. But this is for the benefit of everybody to kind of just go over how they did for the week, reflect, to add some value to what it is that we do on Team Alliance. Because when you kind of review like what you did, it helps to position you for the next week that you're going into. When you do a recap, it's just like a little, well, that's what it is. It's a recap. The name really says it all, self-explanatory. But it's very helpful. It's very valuable. All right, so just you could just type and talk about what you did this week as far as your trades go, how many trades you took. If you didn't take any trades, what was training like for you during the week? That's also what we want to get into on the recap as well. I'm not seeing everything on the page. Hold on. All right, I think I see it now. All right, so I start with myself. Well, actually, let me read what Damon just said. He said 1 and 1, knew exactly what happened. Greediness. Yeah, man, we're constantly striving to just deal with the parts of ourselves that we need to deal with, so that we don't engage and do anything reckless to jeopardize or to make ourselves vulnerable to the market. And it's an ongoing thing. It takes a while to overcome. It really does. And depending on the level of intensity for what you kind of are striving to get, like you know what it is, like when you have a goal, when you striving to achieve your goal, you do it with you have intent behind it. You know what I mean? It's like you're moving and you working to make it happen. One of the things that I've been doing as of recently is trying my best to show the value of actually slowing down. Because when you slow down, you increase the intensity of your focus. And slowing down also inherently helps to control stuff like greed or even fear. Fear of missing out on trades, fear of losing the trade. When you slow everything down, it really does increase and it raises the level of intensity and the vibration for the good things that you should be doing. It just is what it is. Like, I can't even really explain it probably more precise than that. Slowing it down speeds everything up in the long run, which is crazy. And I know it sounds retarded, but it works. It really does work. Walker, what's good? So, Damon, you'll be all right, man. Yeah. Yeah, it is said often, but it's not as often anymore as it used to be, which I'm actually very glad about. I very rarely now hear about anybody losing. But when I do hear about somebody taking a loss, it typically has more to do with them being anxious or greedy or whatever. That's true. Dominic, 2-0 for the week. The biggest battle is myself and sticking to the criteria. Dominic, you're doing Project 21 also? Oh, that's another thing too. If you're participating in Project 21, let me know where you are in the project as well. Let me know where you are in the project. Yeah, Dominic is hitting it on the head with that statement where he said the biggest battle is myself and sticking to the criteria. It doesn't change. It does not change. It's the same battle that it was when you started. It's going to be the same battle when you finish, which is you never finish, but you know what I'm saying. Jamal 3-0. Very good. Very good, sir. Jamal, you doing Project 21 too? Damon said, great job, Jamal. Damon also said that means you're a great teacher and the students are really mastering themselves. Yeah, and it's a time-consuming process. Like, this is one of the reasons why training is designed the way that it is, because you need the time. You know, like people think, and not really as often as they used to, but people have a tendency to think that this is something that you're going to learn like in a month. And after you learn it, then, you know, you're good. No, that's not it at all. Because even regardless of what framework or what methodology you're learning, you still got to deal with you. That's a process for life. That's the rest of your life. You're going to have to deal with yourself. So it's like the guidance and the reinforcement and the ongoing direction that you need to deal with yourself is high. That's a lot. It's not a little bit. You don't have enough self-control to just control yourself at all times without reinforcement coming from training. I know that for a fact because I don't. Like if I didn't train, I would be nuts. If I didn't focus and train, I would be insane. Like I'll be pulling the rest of my hair out that I have. So it's real, man. Carlos, what's going on, sir? Jay Carly said, at this point, if you catch an L, you had your mitt in the air. Wow. Oh, snap. That's crazy. That was ill, Jay Carly. Jay Carly, 1-0 for Project 21, 1-0 for the year. Very nice. Dominic said he's not doing Project 21. He's just taking one trade a day. Okay. Fair enough. Chris said he's 3-0 for the week. Jay Carly, Project 21 get you 54 contracts and 21 trades. Correct. I literally don't care if it takes 20 more months. The time becomes irrelevant. It's about the positioning. Chris said, how you see the market is really a reflection of yourself. I had to learn that the hard way. Yeah, that's how we typically learn everything. We learn the hard way until we don't know more. That is a fact. We learn the hard way until we don't. I thought I saw Joshua say something. Hello, Angela. Okay. Damon said no. Not Damon, Jamal, my bad. Damon, what you said no to? You said freestyle patience. What's that? Jamal, what were you talking about? Damon said the biggest hurdle is just ourselves. The training itself is not difficult. No, it's not. The training is thorough. The training is thorough and it's focused. What goes on is the way that you adjust and put yourself into training. That's why the subconscious training is so powerful, because you don't have to do anything. You're not doing anything actively when you train like that. Press play and get earbuds and let the information go into you. That's it. Damon said, we've been trained since birth to be who we are today, and we are reprogramming ourselves. Ongoing process. Yes. Hell yeah. And you know, throughout your life, everything is indoctrination. You're indoctrinated into the way that you are now. Or I should say, you've been indoctrinated into who you are today through a series of different processes and systems that's going on around you. When you learn how to do stuff like critical thinking and stuff like that, now you're in a better position to be able to pick and choose what you want to indoctrinate. Damon said he's doing the mantras and affirmations to keep conditioning himself for permanent change. That's hard. Jamal said, I'm patiently waiting for trades to synchronize and taking them. Okay. But what did you say no to? I think that you might have said no to Project 21. Was that what you was talking about when I asked if you're doing Project 21? Or did I ask you that? I don't remember. I'm sorry. Matthew said, just popping in, 8-0 for the week, running this basketball camp later. Do your thing, Buddha. Buddha doing the basketball camp. Oh yeah, he in Florida though. They got different weather down there. Or maybe he's indoors. Okay, so you're not doing Project 21. Got you. Okay. Jelani, what's good? J. Carr said, I learned the right way, the hard way, the hardest way. Just decided. Here we go. Carlos, how is this business? Freestyle is something Mark is doing. You are not Mark. Focus on the process. I tend to not tell nobody what to do. I tend to just be an example for you to see what consistency looks like and what elevation looks like, and to help you along the way on your path. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm here for. J. Carr said, better jump on the subconscious training. Definitely, without a doubt. Subconscious training is something that, like I said, is passive. You don't have to do anything. Press play, put the damn earbuds in your ear, and train. Damon said, Florida full of people from New York, I've noticed. Yeah, so is Atlanta, from what I hear. I guess New York people just move it around everywhere. They getting tired of all of this high cost of living here, I guess. Jay Carly said, she don't care. You teach us the way, don't do nothing else. Yeah. I mean, you know, like some people, for whatever reason, they have to go through their process and they got to learn however they going to learn. And it is what it is. Like I keep it thorough on my end. and keep it moving. And I know that eventually when somebody is ready to deal with themselves at the higher levels, you already went through a bunch of stuff at lower levels, because when you're functioning from a lower level, that's why you're going through so much stuff. When you're on a lower vibration, you're dealing with yourself on the lower level. It's like you're dealing with your lower self. So it's like all of the shit that you have in you comes out. And it usually happens right at the beginning of you deciding that you want to elevate. You ever notice that? As soon as you make a decision that you want to get better, that's when shit around you starts to get worse. That's not an accident. That's not like coincidence. What happens is now that you've made a decision to elevate and to become better, now all of your bullshit has to come out, because you cannot elevate. You can't elevate with the bullshit still in you. And it got to go somewhere. So where does it go? It manifests through your experiences. But anyway, we're trying to focus on trading, even though that is relevant to trading, because it's relevant to you, which is relevant to trading, period. Yeah, ATL definitely. Yep. Yep, you already know. I thought I saw Stardew just now. What's up, Stardew? J. Carter said, I probably feel away because I'm transparent with my shit. Nothing is better than just deciding to do better. Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the things that a person can do is they can embrace the energy of the group. When you do that, it helps. It doesn't hurt. For some people, it might hinder them because they are more of an independent type of person, and that's cool too. However you got to get through your shit is how you're going to get through anyway. So whatever you need to do to put yourself in position is what you need to do. But you need to know what it is, though. Like, you got to have self-awareness. You can't be in denial about your shit. You have to have self-awareness. That's what Shani was talking about the other night when he was on the training. And you see how he was able to navigate and to move right along. But self-awareness was the key for him that helped him to position himself properly, so he knew what he needed to do. Got to do that. Got to do that. You cannot be in denial. Jelani said, was 1-0 for the week. Woke up at 5 a.m. all this week. Got some time to study and observe the market and training as well, but found myself sleepy around live training. And it's all good. If you sleeping during live training, that's subconscious training. 301 Rich in the building. He said both accounts 3-0. I'm sorry. Both accounts 0-0 for the week. No trading due to new schedule. Made a decision to not spend all day in phase 2, which has freed up so much more time to enjoy the little one. So just training and more training this week. Overall, an awesome week. Excellent, man. Excellent. Yeah, hell yeah. Shiny came in and dropped all mics and then walked out. Jamal said, I don't have to be Mark to do what Mark does, because if what he teaches is true, then it should apply to me in any condition, and what he teaches is true and can be applied, Project 21 or freestyle. I don't disagree with that. I do not disagree with that. Jay Carter said, Buddha came in, knocked all the shit off the table. Yeah, on the same training. Jelani up to 10-0 for Project 21. Nice. 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 Oh, for the record, what did I want to say? I was going to say something about the freestyle thing that I'm doing now. I haven't talked about it. It's just something that I've been making the little short videos. I've made little TikTok videos showing my progress within it. The freestyle is the same thing as Project 21 with just more trades added on at the end. It's the same thing. Like it's nothing different. It's nothing, you know, it's the same shit. If I wanted to do 30 trades, then I would just have, at the end of that project, it would just be a larger contract size that I end up with. Like, that's all it is. So, Forever Renault is the real project. It's Project Forever Renault, meaning just don't lose. Don't lose, period. Can you do that? Of course you can do that. That's what you're being trained to do. So regardless of how you want to structure it, there's no difference between 1-0 and 21-0. No difference between 1-0 and 40-0. 80-0. It's Forever Renault. That's the objective. Even after you complete the project of whatever growth phase that you're doing. So like Project 21 is a growth phase, because it starts from 100 and goes up to wherever you're going to at the end of the 21 trades. I'm doing the freestyle, starts at 1 trade, goes up to 24 trades. You see what I'm saying? So it don't matter where you're going, the whole objective is Forever Renault all the time. Forever. Forever, ever. So that's what it is. That's the most important thing. Is, you know, the fact that you are always training, always thorough, always doing what you need to do in order to stay within the mindset of where you need to be, and also to execute the way that you need to execute in order to make shit happen. And that's it. Like, that's all. Like, that's what it is. This internet is acting up. Damn. Why the internet gotta act up over here? Anyway, let me come over here and see something. Damn, we got 144 people in the building. Shit. Oh, shit's crazy. My Kari says, still training and observing without taking any trades. Great week overall. Very good. Akari, you did remarkable this week on the live trainings, like with the walkthroughs. The one that you did on Thursday was really good. That was really good. I really appreciate when you guys participate in the walkthroughs, because it's very helpful, not just for you, but for many other students that are listening and observing what you're doing. Because to be able to see the way that you go through the process yourself is something that is very helpful to another student, because they're looking at it from the perspective and the eyes of a student. You see what I'm saying? Versus just me. It's one thing when I'm teaching, because when I'm teaching, I can communicate very well what I'm getting at. When you are able to regurgitate the thought process and the thinking, and you are able to go through the entire process yourself, and then someone sees it, it reinforces what they thought that they either might have missed or something that they weren't doing. You see what I'm saying? Like, they're actually seeing another student do it. So it gives them a different dynamic altogether that's helpful. Like, there's a lot of value in that. That's why I always have wanted to do that. And that's why I initially started doing it. I'm like, I'm gonna make y'all do it. I'm gonna make y'all actually do the process and walk through it so everybody can see what it looks like when an actual student does it. And it's a different level of elevation that takes place when you guys do that. So we definitely gonna do more of that in the coming weeks, without a doubt. I think my internet's back. Makari said, appreciate that. Without a doubt, man. I appreciate you guys. Definitely do. Starju, how'd you do this week, if you're still here? I thought I saw Daniel too. Daniel, are you here? How'd you do this week in trading or in training? Maybe I need to refresh this. Let me refresh this watch party. See if that helps. Okay, good. That did help. Oh, y'all was saying a lot over here. Okay. Yeah, Jay Carly's crazy. She said my man's in them. Oh man. Yeah, the walkthroughs are hard. As the market closed Monday. Yeah, for MLK, I don't know what the schedule is. It might close. I don't know. I don't know when the schedule is. Like, I don't know if it opens on Sunday and then closes on Monday. I forgot how they do it. Rich said walkthroughs are an eye-opening exercise, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yep, without a doubt. Yeah, that's how we always find out. I was just thinking that too. I'm like, by the time we log in, we'll see what it is, and then we'll know. That is exactly right. Yep. That is exactly right. Yeah, but yeah, so this week for me, I think I was 6-0. I was 6-0 altogether. Some of the trades I had for the freestyle that I'm doing, and then I took a few trades in my normal size account this week as well. So it was a great week. Great week. Training was much to me was very. It was like very elevated this week because there was a lot more, I think, engagement that came from the students as a result of like the walkthroughs. Like when you guys do walkthroughs, it creates dialogue. You know, we had conversations even in the group chat that were talking about whether or not different things were MRMH. We had the whole discussion about the MRMH being present, but then you knowing specifically what you need the market to do in order to give you everything that you need for a follow-up trade after the MRM. You know what I'm saying? So like stuff like that, those conversations and those dialogues are moments where someone is going to elevate. So between the walkthroughs and between everyone posting more videos, posting more examples of what they're thinking that MRMH is, posting examples of just a trade that they observed, not even a trade, excuse me, a binary, just more observation and more study and more interaction and more dialogue is reinforcing everything that we're training on, you know, versus just training and then you're not really doing anything. You're more so absorbing information through training. When you have all of these different exercises, it's like, all right, you being trained and you exercising at the same time. Like when we go, like in the group chat, when we're looking at a video that somebody posts, whether it was an MRMH that they think that took place at the time or just a binary to observe, when you look at the videos, you're exercising because you're looking and you're like, wait, I think I saw a backtick there. And it's like, all right, we got to talk about that, because when you saw the backtick, at what time was the backtick that you saw? You see what I'm saying? Was it valid before that? If it was valid before that, then it would actually fall under the category of being validated, which means that it would have been MRMH. So the backtick don't apply after the fact. Like all of that type of stuff, you know what I mean? Like goes into elevating your understanding of what you're actually doing. And I'm telling you, what happens is as you do that more and more often and more frequently, it sharpens you. The sharper that you are, the more precise you're going to be with your execution. Your execution being whether or not you're observing with precision. I don't even mean execution as far as taking a trade. I mean execution as far as observing the overall market to know if the environment and the behavior and, you know, the protocol is being followed or the parameters in place. Is now the appropriate time to apply the parameters? Is the environment proper or is it not? You know, just like conversations where we were talking about having stability there, but the environment is too fast now. Well, what do? You see what I'm saying? Like, what are you supposed to do now? The environment is dismissing the potential for a valid trade to even occur now. So what are you supposed to do in that instance? All of this stuff, like it's such a wealth of information that comes as a result of what we doing in the group chat, which is 24/7. Like it's the weekend now, the market is closed, but we still have these discussions and dialogues. And on top of that, we have videos that we can make reference to because everyone is posting videos more often. So just more of the same, you know, like everything that we're doing is helping to elevate the entire student body. Jay Carly said, yeah, don't remember after the recap, we're going to do the MRMH poster marathon. That type of stuff. Exactly. Rich said practical training. Yes. Yep. Jay Carly said, it's not for debate, it's for collective learning, making sure that we know what an MRMH is. That's 100%. 100%. Because remember that the whole purpose of MRMH is to know whether or not you have permission now by the market. That, like, I want you to really think about this for a second. The purpose of MRMH is not to tell you when to trade. The purpose of it is to tell you when the market is giving you permission to take an opportunity that becomes valid at that time, if the time is still present. Now that's a huge difference. Huge. Because it's not like, all right, MRMH, next trade, I'm going in. That's not what it is. It doesn't mean that. And you have to know that it doesn't mean that. Just like, for example, when you get MRMH and then you get commentary after the MRMH, specific commentary. Something might tell you about timing of behavior. Something might tell you about monitoring speed. There's a reason for the commentary. Yes, you had an MRMH, but if there was something that took place after the fact that could potentially disrupt follow-through trades that do come, now that you're aware of that, because of the commentary, you know specifically what to wait for. You know specifically if it's monitoring speed, you need to wait for that. If it's the timing of behavior, you need to wait for that. You see what I'm saying? Because the MRMH by itself is not just something that's black and white. It's like, it's specific for the time. So the fact that you have it is letting you know, yes, you now have permission, but why do you have permission? And in addition to that, what is the market actually doing that is going to lay the foundation for a follow-up or follow-through situation to come? That's the power of the MRMH. Because it means that, well, everything kind of came together for there to even be permission in the first place. That's number one. Number two, now that we know that we have permission, what else do we need? Is everything there? Oh no, this is not there. All right, cool. So we know to wait for that. You can't lose. You cannot lose. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's different than you trying to do everything on your own. That's why MRMH forces you to become patient and to become disciplined, because it's built in. You're waiting on the market to present you with everything that you need to see in order for everything to manifest properly when you actually end up being in a trade. And on top of that, it's not the trade that you're taking. The MRMH is the trade that you are observing. You see what I'm saying? Unless you're an OG or you have elevated to the point where you become MRMH, then you know already. You already know, because you've already done all of the work. If you're not at the position at an elevated state to do all of the work on your own, MRMH forces you to learn everything that will position you to be able to do it on your own at a later time. In the future, you're going to get to the point where you're going to be like, I am MRMH. That's me. I do this. You see what I'm saying? But that's not something that you got to try to become. You don't have to try to become that. You ultimately elevate to that state. And once you're there, you'll do it. No, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to talk about it. You're doing it. You don't have to ask, oh man, I wonder if this. You're doing it. So, you know, that's what it is. Akari says, showing you the condition at the time. Yep. Yep. Market reveals it all, man. The market reveals everything to you that you need. Question is, do you know what you're looking at? That's all it is. And that's what training does for us. It reinforces what we know. Because knowing is half. Knowing that you know is the other half. You know a bunch of shit, but you don't necessarily know that you know. Once you get to the point where you know that you know, that's when execution takes place. Boom, boom, boom. You just sit there and wait. Yep, so it's a beautiful thing, man. But yeah, so this week coming up is going to be hard. Definitely is. Rich said truth serum. 100%. 100%. Yeah, this week coming up for trading, we're going to elevate again. Just like we always do. Yes, indeed. All right, so this was a solid recap. Appreciate you guys for coming on a Saturday, of course. Rich said, when you act on what you know rather than what you feel. Ooh. There you have it. There you have it. Yep. It's interesting because over time, the less that you feel, the more that you do because you know. It's just like the saying, you know better, you do better. That's true. When you know better, that's what you do. It's almost like you can't not do that now because you know that you know. Versus you believe and you feel that that's the way that you should be moving. Knowing is an elevated level of that. Because belief and feeling it comes first. That's the prerequisite. You got to have that before you know. You know what I'm saying? First you have to believe that you can do something. Then once you believe that you could do it, you're feeling your way through the actual process of doing it. Once you hit that point, it's like, boom, now you know you could do it. And now that you know that you can do it, now you just do it. Now it's Nike. Just do it. Phases, man. Phases of elevation. Ooh, that's hard. Phases of elevation. Oh shit. That's training material right there. Alright. Feel the knowledge that you know. Right. Because now the knowing is now transcending into feeling. So now feeling and knowing are the same. They're on the same vibration. They're not separated anymore. Yo, that's gonna be crazy. Phases of elevation. All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Everybody have an awesome weekend. I'll see you guys on training whenever that is. If it's Sunday, it'll be Sunday. If not, it'll be whatever day. We'll figure it out. All right. Recap in the bag.